A Dunkin' manager kills customer after he snaps over a cold coffee. Now, I don't know if any of you guys saw this. Personally, for me, I didn't have a chance to see this. But, yeah, I've had some crazy encounters and interactions at these places. Um, Never something that's gotten this severe. See, usually when I go and pick up my food, I just kind of like do my thing. I walk in, say hi to the people. I try to treat them with the utmost respect because at the end of the day, these people are working hard and they're also making my food. And I don't know if they're gonna, I don't want them to spit in it or anything. So I do try to show a little bit of like respect. And also, it's a common thing, decency. I'm working in the food trades or in the food business, and I'm also, um, I've worked in other food related industries, and I'm sure you guys have thought that when I'll go to restaurants and I go, and even when I wasn't working there, like when I was in college and I was doing more of my college stuff and I was working for the university, every time I ordered food, I always was like, oh, nah, I know what that's like. And I'm doing it. I know what it's like. So I get it what these workers and stuff and people like this guy go through. And I get it. You're going to deal with these asshole customers. But man, you can't lose it over you can't kill bro like you killed someone. So let's see what this is. Let's see what this video is about. I don't know who knows.
Hitting him, and he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
This is Corey Pujols, a 27-year-old Dunkin' Donuts manager with no criminal record. He just landed a deadly blow on a 77-year-old man, and that singular act was just enough to ruin his clean records, claim the life of a man, and earn him significant charges. On May 4th, 2021, just after 1:30 p.m., Tampa police were called to a Dunkin' Donuts inside a Circle K in the Palm River area of Tampa. When officers arrived, medics were already treating the victim, 77-year-old Vonelle Cook, who was unconscious and bleeding from the head.
I came in from the truck. We can see I have an altercation with one of the employees. And I guess it spilled, and I remember in here he was.
Okay, there's already a lot going on. So we have these people over here helping this guy on the floor right now that's bleeding. You got a manager just watching. You got some dude in the back shopping. Some people over here to the right. Like, you got this random NPC. I'm sure there's going to be maybe more context with him here in a little bit. Random NPC, shirt off. It's just such a... This dude just sipping on his drink. We got such a unique just group of people here. I guess, man, only in America. This guy's just watching. Like, look, he's getting snacks in the back. So there's another guy back there, too.
Hey, I don't know what happened. I was there. He was actually there. Don't check the D on him. He was toothpaste and he came down.
Which kid? He has heart problems. He's 100% disabled. Disabled veteran. Disabled veteran. He's got allergies. He's seen allergies.
I wonder if that's his, like, relative.
Almost immediately, Corey Pujols approached the officers and told them he was the man they were looking for, calm and cooperative. He explained exactly what happened.
So first and foremost, let me just say my name is Corey Pujols. I am the guy you were looking for.
Okay, my initial gut reaction to this is that he doesn't seem like a bad guy. Now, look, we're gonna get through the story, so we'll see what happens when it pans out. Again, you're getting my reaction. Like, some of you guys may have the privilege and already have seen this, so I don't know. Gut reaction right now. Currently, how his demeanor is, how he's talking, doesn't seem like a bad guy. I don't think doesn't seem like it. So we'll see. Story's gonna unfold here.
In regards to this situation, the long and short of it is that here obviously at Dunkin', he's a regular. He normally comes through here and orders a large hot coffee. But today, maybe he's having a rough day or something, and he decided to be extremely profound at the mouth. And I asked him respectfully on the microphone, could you please not use that kind of language, obviously with me and my employees, and as well as that. And he said no, and then he came around to the window. He kept going at the window, and then I guess he was going to come inside. So I came inside. I came on this side to let him know. He asked for the manager. Our current store manager is off already. She worked morning shift, and she's currently otherwise here. So I would be for the senior shift. I've been here a little bit longer than he has, so I was.
So, AKA, he's not really a manager. He's probably like, I don't know. See, like some places have like crew leads, which are like, they're not like, okay, so to show you the full hierarchy, it'd be like a manager, then we got like supervisors, crew leads, and then we just got, normal staff. Now, not every place is going to, have the money and just whatever. I mean, Dunkin's obviously a corporation, but we're talking like some of these are franchise owned, right? So this could be like a corporation store, technically. Like I know there is ones that are directly owned by the corporation, but most of them are just franchised out to whoever. So the money's obviously different. So from what I'm quickly gathering, it seemed like there was a manager who was in the morning. They did their shift, left. What was the timestamp here? 1300? Yeah. So it's like they left, came back, manager left, he then comes in, because he's just probably been here the longest, they're like, all right, dude, you're just kind of the one in charge. Like, you're not a manager, you're not getting paid like it, but you're the one that's kind of like the manager of the shift. I kind of feel like that's how the rundown is.
Reserve responsibility for that. In any case, I came out to let him know. I said, listen, sir, with the profanity that you use, I would highly recommend that you go on about your business. We don't want to serve you any coffee today. Maybe you can try again another day, but you have clearly upset, you feel me, the atmosphere here, and we would like for you to go on about your business. I asked him to do that repetitively. It's all on camera. As I mentioned, he came inside, and when he came inside, he addressed me, and he was looking, I said, hey, listen, the manager's not here right now. I'll give you the manager store number and all that good stuff. And he didn't want it, and I said, sir, well, can you please go on about your business again and have a good day? And he said, no, you're a nigger. And then I said, and I'm sorry, I had a little bit of an issue with it, and I said, say it again, and he did.
You killed him?
Right hook sent him down.
Oh.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
Yeah. Repeat it for the people in the back.
I said, say it again, and he did. Right hook sent him down.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
I very well.
I'm just telling you, brother.
No, I agree.
And that's where the unfortunate thing about this whole situation that kind of happens, because obviously, now I hope there's maybe a confirmation thing at the end of this, and if we have to look into it, maybe we will if we don't get the true closure. I'm sure there is going to be like a rundown. Obviously, if you say those things to someone, or any really derogatory thing you say to someone, I can see why a person would get mad and they kind of would lose their cool. To an extent, like I am kind of like, see, part of me is like, okay, where it's like, if you run your mouth and you say some mean shit, whatever, horrible crap to someone, and they want to turn around and give you the one hook, then in my opinion, that's kind of just how, some shit gets figured out. Some people, that's the only way they're going to learn. It's if they get their ass kicked. I mean, I'm sure we all knew someone at a time. I mean, that there's always like that one guy. I had a few buddies of mine that I'm like, I can argue with him. I can have all these debates all day, but you know what? Truly, he's just one of those guys that just needs to get his ass kicked once in a while. It just is what it is. But that being said, I can't condone violence, or I can't support violence, right? I can't say like that's a good thing. But sometimes I can see it fixing issues. I don't know. I'm a little like hit or miss on it, because obviously, in this case, he turned around and I don't know. Did he say he killed someone? Kills a customer, yeah. So he, the dude walked in, said some horrible things to him. In all honesty, you just got to sit there and go, All right, buddy, go take your meds. Yeah, you're tired. You probably missed your nap. Get out of here. Just here's your cup of coffee, brother. Have a good one. See, like that's what I would have done. If I had someone saying like horrible shit to me and they're calling me all the names, I just would have been like, okay, dude, like I just don't like, cause like I understand why I would, people would get frustrated and want to get mad, but for me, I just would have been like, just not worth it. I don't know, maybe I'm more like blind or I just don't care. I just would have been like, okay, whatever, dude, just get the fuck out of my face, man. There's nothing that 77-year-old guy can realistically do to me, especially, I mean, it's real, and especially this guy. I mean, look, he's a young guy. Probably, hopefully he hits the gym. I mean, I don't know, maybe jail will be different now, but it's like, seems like an athletic guy. Like, are you really worried about what a 77-year-old's going to do to you, bud? Like, come on. Never, ever should we be supporting this, like, young people being, like, top dog tough to elderly. Now, elderly, some people are going to have attitudes. Some people are going to fucking say whatever is on their goddamn mind. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, you kind of hit that age where you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. So, I get it. There's a little bit of, like, both sides here. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, short story short, for the people who listen to this rant, don't want to, if you're going to get crap, people are going to say the words. Words are words at the end of the day, and it sucks. No one likes hearing some of the crap that some people say. It's just, at the end of the day, it's not worth the confrontation. I've also, like, personally, like, I've never been a physical confronting guy. I have gotten in a few scruffles, and I have gotten my ass kicked, right? I mean, I've kicked ass, gotten my ass kicked. That's just how it goes. And to be honest with you, though, that's when I was usually when I was younger, like, not even in high school. I didn't do that shit in high school. That was mostly, like, junior high days and, the elementary school days. I did that. And I don't know, as I got older, I just said, why? I mean, we can just talk this out. And most of the time, people, when you just kind of have a second, you're just like, dude, chill. You good? You good? Because, like, I don't want to fight, and I know you. It's just, we're both going to get hurt. It's not worth it. Why do you guys want to? Like, I don't know. I've never been that guy that's been like, let's fight. Now, I can read situations and I can read a room and shit's going wired. I just try to get the fuck out of there. That's just how I am. I'm very much in my day. Let me get through my day. I don't want any issues. I want to pick up my things and leave. But, if someone's going to say something stupid, don't put your hands on someone.
Believe me, I'm terrified right now, but I agree with what you're saying. You shouldn't. I have had a fit of racism since I've only been here about 2 months, and I've dealt with so much of it. And I'm not saying that is a reason to do it. I'm not.
I got people that say a bunch of hateful and horrible stuff to me every single day. For the past, like, 16 years, I let it go in one ear and out the other. It ain't gonna hurt you.
He's a cop.
Get you in trouble.
They get dealt with shit.
Arrested, but, I mean, dude, you hit him and he fell down.
Yeah, and he hit his head pretty good.
And he should have never said what he said, but guess what? That's the country we live in. You say what you want to say.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, like you're saying, dude, get the freak out.
Yeah.
Slipped and fall, pushed and fell.
Right hook and fell. My apologies for the
He was hit and he fell down.
Keep down, I don't know this other. You hit him? You punched him and he fell.
I'm not one to run from what I've done.
And I can respect that. I mean, I really do. Like, I mean, I'm not the type of guy that likes to, like, kick a man while he's down, especially, like, look, if someone is not taking the accountability and they, like, like this guy, for example, if he was turning around being like, bro, like, he swung on me first, man, like, he was trying to do this to me, I would have been like, okay. And, like, yeah, to be fair, he did kind of, he was saying, like, look, I dealt with racism. I've been here for only 2 months. And you saw the cop quickly shut that down. He was like, bro, what do you think I've dealt with? People have been calling me all the fucking names for the past 16 years, which is kind of true. And, like, we have to think about, guys. Me Too movement, all that, like, Trump 2016, like, it's been about 10 years. And then it's crazy to think about now that all that George Floyd stuff, that's been about 6 years. You know what it was? I thought about this the other day. Someone was like, did you know that we've only had, like, because I remember life a little bit without body cams and, like, all that stuff. Like, you just got, like, normal cop shows, right? And, like, that's just how it was. But now we got, like, body cams of all the cops and, like, what's going on, and it's from so many, like we get stuff like this. Like, this was never possible, really, before George Floyd. Like, once that whole George Floyd situation and they pushed that, honestly, it was probably the best thing ever for cops. because it gave them this ultimate like, hey guys, look at what we've been dealing with here. You guys get front row seats if you guys want to make content and watch this. And I'm sure in a lot of cases it's probably saved cops' asses. Now, and also at the same time, it's helped victims. Like, you know, hey, a cop backed it out of line. Here's the fucking footage of it. So I think it honestly was the body cams was a great thing we did. Or was it actually a good... At the time, I was like... I remember my gut reaction was like, you know, if cops don't really care, then if they think... Like, I remember at the time I was like... I don't know, my opinion depends on how the cops feel, because I am curious. Because, like, I really didn't... Much of the George... I'm not trying to get into the George Floyd stuff, because that's not really the point. Like, it was just... There was so much crap around it, and I was like... My reaction was, okay, well, if the cops don't really care, and they're not really fighting it and they think it's actually a good thing, then I think it was a good thing. And now we get stuff like this, so I'm all for it now. Like, I fucking love it. And I heard that they're going to do the same thing with ICE agents. Good. Put it on ICE agents. I can't wait to watch these fucking videos if these are ICE agents. Dude, that's going to be so great. I'm, like, waiting for that. So I don't know if they ever signed that, like, into law or if there was any, like, thing that they had to do to approve that. But I remember after the shootings and crap that's happened recently, I remember they were like talking about doing that, which, I mean, honestly, great. More protection for these ICE agents. And you know what? If there is a few bad ones in there, then we'll clearly find them because of these cameras. But yeah, I don't want to obviously beat someone down if they're like, oh, you know, look, man, I'm not running from it. Here's my accountability. This is what it is. And I kind of like that about this guy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe about to see the craziest thing unfold. I don't know. It's not looking like that. He seems like he's just owning up to it.
And again, he's a regular. So I honestly feel like about this situation.
All right, no worries. Some of you guys have to go out.
Yes, sir. You too. Take it easy.
Howdy. Gentleman came in, was being very rude to this gentleman, which is the on-duty manager.
Acting manager for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Said some few expletives, and he hit him. And he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get his information yet or no?
I have not. I just came in and...
That's his grandson that's with him, though.
Okay.
That is his grandson.
Got it. Okay, now the guy with the shirt off is the grandson. Now it all makes sense.
So, yeah, you want to grab his 43?
I have. We do have surveillance. However, when the boss leaves, she locks the.
That's fine.
Yeah, she locks the.
So here's the reality of what could happen.
Yeah.
If you charge a battery, yeah, you could be charged a battery.
Right.
You know, that's after we speak with him and see what's going on.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get on to you, man.
Yeah. No.
You can't let, and I'm telling you from here on out, you can't let what somebody says anger you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I deal with it and I let it go on. I mean, people say nasty and hateful stuff to him and I just because we do our job.
I know.
For no reason.
I know it.
You're going to have people like that throughout your life. You just got to let it go in one ear and right out the other. And just realize that he's going to leave and be on his way and you're going to still be here working.
Right.
You know?
Really is that simple at the end of the day. Like, words are just words. People are going to say some of the dumbest shit to you, and it's going to suck. Never going to be easy, but at the end of the day, you take it, you hear it, you go, okay, dude, peace out, have a good one.
So we'll let them get him loaded up and everything like that. Just do what you got to do, bro. I'll be in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
You're cool. You're good to go, man. Thank you.
It started moments earlier in the drive-thru. Employees couldn't hear Cook through the speaker.
I'm also kind of impressed how that was. Like, the cops, like, they're like, you know, I don't know, it says that he says killed in the top corner. I wonder if that's the bait title. They're not saying, it doesn't sound like they're saying he's killed yet, but nonetheless, the cops, like, you know, the guy was cooperating and the cops were pretty chill. Like, I saw the tap on the shoulder there and I was like, like, that's just, I don't know, that's just, there's all like little body language things that I try to look at, right? Like, you can tell he's a little stiff, right? Like, you know, he's in a little bit of a defensive stance there, right? He's not really standing out bold when he was talking to the cops, but, you know, the cops, you could just hear it in their tone. They weren't really, like, stressing about it. And they're like, look, dude, we don't need the footage. You're already telling us, like, we don't need it. It's irrelevant now. So, or it's not irrelevant. It's like, they're going to look at it, but it's like, we don't really need it. You're already telling us.
He became agitated, began yelling, and was told to leave without being served. Instead, he parked and walked inside. A Dunkin' employee who dealt with Cook at the drive-thru told officers the same story Pujols did.
So basically, he was just being, outright rude when your card is going through. But he was just being
For
like,
what reason?
outright verbal. I asked him if he wanted iced or hot coffee. He instantly was like cold coffee.
I kind of agree. I'm on the same boat there. Who does like cold? I've never, to be fair, I have only tried it like once or twice, and I was like both times I was like, eh. Like I can see why someone likes it. Like I like the coffee flavor enough to where I can see it. But yeah, no, like when I want a coffee, I want a nice warm cup of Joe, man. I don't want anything too crazy. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny. Where he's like, "Who the fuck likes cold coffee?" He's probably like, "Bro, you guys should have knew my order right then. How many times have I come to this Dunkin' Donut? I've been coming here every day for the last fucking 55 years, and I've always gotten the same thing, a large cup of black coffee. And how the fuck are you guys asking me to get cold iced coffee? Man, it's not America, damn it. It's America. We drink fucking hot damn coffee, motherfucker." I guarantee that's what it... I don't know. I'm doing a lot of interpretation, but I guarantee that's what he sounded like. That, me personally.
Confident enough. He was like, "Who the fuck likes cold coffee?" I always ask the same. Y'all always get it wrong. I'm like, "Okay, sir, we cannot hear and identify you at the window."
So he got mad because you asked him if he wanted ice or hot coffee.
Yeah. Instantly off rip, he was already mad. A large hot latte. Okay, gotcha. So instantly he was just,
Sure.
above level. So
Bro, I kind of respect this kid's multitasking. He's kind of like, he's just talking to the cop. Large latte. Yep, gotcha. Like, he's just kind of like going through the motions. I kind of respect it.
very verbal. Didn't want to listen to what we were saying. So Corey was like, he got on the mic because I've only been here for like just 3 weeks.
Sure.
But I've had Dunkin' experience, so.
Well, that shouldn't be a normal reaction of somebody.
It shouldn't be a normal reaction, so he didn't want to.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so yeah, he was being really verbal for absolute no reason. So Corey got on the mic because he's the veteran here, the more experienced person.
Sure.
So he took over the mic and was like, "Can you not talk to the customer employees like that?" And he didn't listen. So he said, "Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna take your order today. We're gonna politely ask you to leave." Came up here, we had a verbal like, "Can you leave? We're not gonna take your order," type of thing right here. We were reassuring him that he could come again later.
So do you wonder if they just would have been like in the drive-through, like, okay, like, he's like, "Who the fuck drinks iced coffee," right? And they're just like, "Okay, fine, okay, large hot coffee. Okay, anything else? That's it. Okay, $4.50 at the window," and they just give him his coffee and then he leaves. Like, do you think any of this happens? I do wonder that, because like I remember with some of my managers, they've always told me like some people are just having an off day and they're gonna be assholes, and that's just how it is. Just take the order unless they say anything crazy. And it's like he didn't start slurring language. I mean, he did say he said something like at the window that was like, mad, and the guy is kind of talking about it. I haven't heard any like racist comments yet at this point in the drive-through. He said the racist comments once he got inside. So I'm just wondering if they just gave him the cup of coffee here, sent him on his way, none of this really happens. Way to look at it.
Asked him, he came up to the front and was right there.
So even after y'all asked him to leave,
He kept on coming.
came, he parked, and when you say
After they asked him to leave, he should have just left. But I mean, again, he just wanted a cup of coffee. He's always come to this Dunkin' and gotten a cup of coffee, maybe. Now he can. Now he's mad, and he's gonna go in. So like, not the right idea. See, for me, first off, I never would have gotten that mad at a window. I just would have gotten my fucking cup of coffee, or he would have asked me hot or cold. Hot. All right, here's your total. Like that would have been me, but that guy clearly didn't fuck with iced coffee.
Up at the front.
It's iced coffee's fault, actually.
To the car. So we knew Corey was gonna. So me and Corey went up there to wait and tell him to leave again. He didn't want to listen again, so we asked him to leave multiple times, and that's when he called Corey the N-word, and it escalated from there.
What did you see happen from there?
From what I seen is I heard him telling Corey told me to call the cops off rip. So I was calling the cops, I was calling my manager, I was calling everybody, and the dude he kept on being violent, very rude. So
when you say violent, like physically violent,
no,
or
not
just verbally?
physically. I don't think he physically touched Corey, but mentally, trying to get.
Yeah, so verbally he was going after him, but yeah, he didn't touch him.
Into Corey's mind,
sure.
Mess with him and around with his head. So then Corey, he was like, okay, we're gonna ask you one more time. We're gonna either you're gonna leave or we're gonna call the cops. I was already calling the cops, so he didn't want to leave. He was like, there's a bunch of niggas, this, that, and third, your nicknames. Corey was like, one more time, and he called him another nick, and that's what happened. I was right here, and I was on the phone with my manager and the police officers at that time. Police officer at that time, and that's what happened.
So what happened after that, after he said that?
Corey punched him, he was on the floor, and I was on the phone.
Okay, and you were standing like
right around here on the phone.
Okay. Is he? And Corey said he's a normally regular. He comes through here.
He comes here a lot, and he's very, like verbal. Like I guess he doesn't know how to, be respectful. So
normal people know how to be respectful, and choose not to be.
He wasn't being respectful.
Yeah, I mean it's horrible.
Yeah, so he does this a lot. I've had multiple times where I've had to go through it. He gets mad because we don't know his order. But we don't know your order because we cannot physically see your face.
Sure. Hello. Manager?
Yeah.
So he just wanted that regular status. That's kind of why he wanted to be like, all right, you type of... Look, and I've been to, I remember I used to go to this, back in University of Kansas when I went there, there was this Mexican place called La Estrella. I think it was called that or something like that. I used to go there, dude, once, twice a week. I lived on Mexican food. Love Mexican food. And, you knew it was, legit, dude. The people didn't speak much English there. And great. I didn't care if they did. Because I knew that food was going to be unbelievable. And it was fucking best. I literally have not found... I used to always get a burrito pastor. Ever since I left, I have not found a burrito pastor that satisfies me the way that one did. Just get it every time, dude. I loved it so much. And now it's a shame. It's a shame that I can't go there now. Fuck. I used to go there, dude. I'm telling you, get burrito pastor, rice and beans on the side. It's all I used to get, man. It'd be like $12. Used to be like the post-workout meal. It was part of the reason, my motivation to work out. I'm like, dude, I can go work out and get a burrito right after. Say less.
Okay. Are you able to A, I got a thumb drive, or B, if we're able to get the video, can you email it? What's better for you?
I'll have it emailed to you.
Okay.
I'll have my law prevention guy
Okay.
send it to you.
Let me go out and...
Give me an email address.
Yes, sir.
I'll call him now, as a matter of fact, to go ahead and get him to do it.
Okay.
Police requested the store's surveillance footage, and it told the exact story the two employees told. Instead of leaving the property as the employees requested, Vonelle Cook parked his car and walked inside the store. Seeing this, Corey Pujols, the on-duty manager, immediately told a co-worker to call the police. Cook approached the service counter and continued arguing. Pujols stayed on the opposite side, separated by a waist-high swinging door, and repeatedly told Cook to leave the store. During the confrontation, Cook used a racial slur, calling Pujols the N-word. At that point, Pujols stepped through the swinging door, moving closer but keeping his hands at his sides. He warned Cook not to say the word again. Cook repeated the slur. In response, Pujols threw a single punch to Cook's jaw. Cook fell backward, struck his head on the concrete floor, and lost consciousness. Pujols then walked away as emergency services were already being called. The victim, Vonelle Cook, was later revealed to be a registered sex offender with a long criminal.
What? What? Dude, that was not the fucking 180 I was expecting that fucking shit to go. Let the kid off then.
History involving child exploitation. Prosecutors would later describe him as an unsympathetic victim, but legally, none of that justified the punch.
Fuck. Damn it. I do wish dude, if this is, so like, I'm assuming this is that, this is true, right? And I'm assuming, why would this guy put out a video like that? So the guy was a fucking pedophile. In my opinion, the United States of Jeevan's court system, he's free. He's a free man. Let him go. He did nothing wrong. The guy was a prick. Fuck him anyway. He fucking touched kids or whatever. Let the kid go. He did nothing wrong. Okay? My opinion.
The officers eventually did what they had to do.
Yeah, like, they didn't want to, but they had to. Dude, again, like, this guy fucking is totally compliant. And, like, you know, like, look how you, like, I want people, like, to recognize here. Oh, I guess it fucking doesn't. Here, I'll do this real quick. I want people to kind of recognize here that, look, it's even, like, look how, like, severe this situation is. Like, this guy hurt someone to the point to where, you know, he went to the hospital and whatever, regardless of what the guy he punched is. It's a pretty severe situation. Notice how when he was totally just compliant, just told what happened, didn't lie, and like I don't know, like I didn't believe he was lying personally, like, you know, and the cameras backed him up and what he was saying. He did kind of, like, you know, he incriminated himself. He said he was wrong, and like, notice how the cops are treating him. They're treating him like a human. like I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll cuff him when he gets closer to the car, you know, because they don't want him to hurt himself or whatever. But I don't know. Like, they're letting him walk out. They're treating him like a normal person. Like, there's not this, like, you know, he's a criminal yet. In my opinion, I've seen a lot of crazier shit.
I'm sorry. You're gonna run.
Oh yeah, see, like right here. See, like, and that's totally justified. Like, they let him walk out. The guy was just talking to him. He was like, "Hey man, you know, you're gonna get your lock." Like, dude, like this is how this shit can go. Now, if this guy would have resisted, started being crazy, escalated things, then we're probably talking an entire different situation, right? But in reality, if this shit went to like a jury, easily, in my opinion, the jury would look at this and be like, "Oh, you hit a fucking pedophile." My opinion.
Yeah. They told me what happened. I feel for you 100% right now. What that man's up here is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And I understand your anger and your level of frustration, but I would be pissed too. And this is one of those things that there's one thing that's steering us right now, and it's the level of pain. He's in critical condition right now. It's not looking good. He has his brain swelling right now. He's unconscious and everything. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers. If he recovers, he's okay. This
yeah, you know, the cops get it. Like, no one wants to put this guy away for this. Like, we're all human here. Everyone understands that shit was wrong. But that's where the law comes in, and it's like, yeah, if the guy's in critical condition, man, it's like, what the cops tell him is like, look, if this guy survives and he's okay, you're most likely going to get, like, more of a slap in the wrist. Shit, kind of, we can work that out more. The guy dies, now we're talking, oh, you murdered someone. So, manslaughter, murder.
Level of injury. Had we not been this injured, there's a lot of things we could have done. Because, like I said, nobody here is okay with what that guy said. And none of us would know at all, you know? And he deserves to put in place for that. But because of how seriously he's injured, we have no choice. So I want you to understand that. Everybody here agrees that we're conducting
time being, you're going to be charged 1 count of battery on the elderly male, which is over 65 years of age. You'll have a bond, so it's not going to be really high. You're going to bond out tonight at some point, and then we'll just pray all of us. This guy recovers, and everything will work itself out. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you have that you want somebody to say here?
I'm his mom.
That's fine. Mom, you want to step over here and we grab all this stuff?
Get that right.
You want a bag?
Damn,
You want a bag?
I kind of feel for this guy. Sucks.
Yeah, I've got one in here, or if you got one, that's fine.
Like I say, he'll get a bond, hopefully as fast as possible so he can get out and be done with it. But I mean, I called the state attorney's office, I spoke to all of our supervision, and it's just unfortunate, you know. I wish the guy had a black eye so we could all say, hey, watch your health, you know, but he's been through that. It's just one of those things like I hope it's a really sad situation. What can make it go best? The guy recovers. You guys
I'm sorry. Mom. Yes. In a grief. Brother, what the detective was saying, we 100% agree. But his head hit hard and everything. When they brought him out here, he was unconscious. Yeah. And then while he's up there, he's not doing good right now. He could get better. Okay. So you go down. We'll tell mom. Mom can go down. Yeah, you do that, and I'll 10:35 you. Do they? Okay, that's fine. It's just a hope, brother, that it gets better. Yeah. Okay, I know that was not your intent.
It was not.
It wasn't. I know that. You told me that right off the bat, man. It would have been different if it would have progressed and it would have been more physical after that, but it wasn't. Yeah. But everything, when something happens, everything is taken that happens in the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So him falling, him getting the injury, him being elderly, again, he could be in the hospital and be completely fine by tomorrow. Okay? But we'll tell mom. Mom can come down and bond you out. It should be, I think, a $1,000 bond or $100 to go bondsman. She can come down and bond you out. And I'm sorry about this.
I'm sorry because I still think, no matter what anybody thinks of me, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't. I agree with that.
Let me turn the air on for you. Let me talk to mom real quick.
Breathe the homie.
3 days later, on May 7th, 2021, Cook died from a skull fracture and brain contusions. Pujols was rearrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of an elderly adult, facing up to 30 years in prison. In March of 2022, prosecutors made a controversial decision. They reduced the charge to felony battery. Pujols was sentenced to 2 years house arrest, 3 years probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management, and no prison time. Prosecutors cited key factors such as Pujols' clean record, the victim's aggression and racial slurs, and uncertainty under Florida's stand your ground laws. One man's past made him an unsympathetic victim. The other's clean record spared him a prison cell. But in the end, a single punch thrown in anger ended a life.
Wait. No, see,
that's
where I actually agree with the jury on that one. The kid had a clean record, never did anything beforehand. He was just an honest guy working, just living, working like all of us. The guy, on the other hand, was a fucking ped who had not a great history, who caused issues, and who was technically causing issues here. I get it. The guy died. This guy did something that he admitted multiple times that he shouldn't have. Like, in my opinion, you never should have put your hands on someone. In my opinion, I just would have given the guy his cup of coffee and just sent him on his way. That's what I would have done. But obviously it didn't happen like that because they were like telling him stop being disrespectful. And I get why people like would do that because they want to just like set the tone right away. For me, I'm just like, whatever, bro. Fucking, you're that guy. Cool. Here's your cup of coffee. Get the fuck out of my face. I just move on. But you did it. So he hit him. He hurt him. Guy died. Yeah, I don't think he should have gone away for 30 years. No, dude. Give him. I'm not saying you give him a slap on the wrist, but Tell him that he did it wrong. I actually thought that all the things they listed, like what was it, the 200 or few hundred hours of here. Wait.
Probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management, and no prison time.
I don't have an issue with that. House arrest for 2 years, 3 years probation. So pretty much, hey bro, don't fuck up for those 3 years. Drinking, drugs, whatever. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get arrested. 200 hours of community service, fine. Mandatory anger management. Yeah, that's true. I do think some people. I mean, even though what the guy did say was wrong, you still gotta be like, all right, dude, you gotta be better than that, and that's just how it is, and it sucks. It really does. Like, I wish I could tell you that there's more of an answer, but fortunately there's not. And then, yeah, no prison time. I don't think a guy like this, I'm assuming he's younger, I don't think he should have gone away for prison time or anything like that. So, alright guys, if you guys like more of these videos, you like what I'm doing here, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. I always appreciate the love. I always do. Yeah, if you guys, let me know what your guys' thoughts on this case are and what went on here, because I'm curious to see what other people thought about it. So, appreciate the support. Peace out. Be safe. Have a good one. See ya. My little outro. See what I did there? Changed up.